Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome back to another Market Movers. Today is Thursday, February 11th, 2021, and we're going to look at 15 market movers here, the top 15 movers of the day. And we're going to start today's list off with a card from the previous list. It's Catacomb Dragon from Mirage. This is a reserve list card, up 66% from $18 to $29.99. And one of the reasons for it going up is, well, it's a reserve list card, but it's also seeing a lot of resurgence in dragon-themed cards from Kaldheim, so there's a lot of interest in that tribe. Jeweled Bird from Arabian Nights. This is up 68% today from $47.45 to $80. This is a card we've seen come up on this list a lot. Just like any card from Arabian Nights, it's seeing a lot of interest, but is still trying to find its price point from the recent buyouts. Kobold Taskmaster from Legends. This is not a reserve list card, but it is up 69% from $12.99 to $21.99, and it is from Legends. And that set, it's very hard to find near mint copies, and you're going to notice on this list here today, there is a lot more Legends cards. Amulet of Quaz from Ice Age. This is up 70% from $1.80 to $3.07. Now, this is a reserve list card, but it's from Ice Age, and that is a set that they said that was printed to oblivion, but it's it's not looking like that's the case recently, because we're seeing a lot of Ice Age cards being bought out. Goblin King from Revise. This is up 71% from $6.10 to $10.49, and this card is seeing new interest every day. If you actually look at the graph, in the past 2 years, it's actually going up on a very bullish trajectory, so there's a lot of interest in this card. Craw Giant from Legends. This is up 79% from $257 to $462, and it's seeing new all-time highs. And it's a card that's being bought out, surprisingly, even though it's not a reserve list card, but Legends is that type of set. Agrothian Worm. This is an Urza Saga rare, up 85% today from $459 to $853. Now, this is a card that was on our list previously, but is now seeing new all-time highs, and it's a reserve list card at that. Tracker from the Dark, another reserve list card. This is up 89% from $974 to $1849, seeing new all-time highs. Now, this was a fairly cheap copy just a while ago, but it's a card that's seen previous reserve list buyout attempts in 2018, but now it's actually surpassing those heights. Phyrexian Marauder from Visions. This is another reserve list card, up 108% from $240 to $5. Now, this is seeing new all-time highs, and obviously Visions is a set that was a little bit more printed than any of the Four Horsemen sets, but I actually can find copies of this under $2, surprisingly near me. Canopy Dragon from Mirage. This is another reserve list dragon. This is up 121% from $144 to $319. And a lot of these dragon cards that have been going up on the list, there's a new resurgence in dragon interest because it's a tribe that's getting a lot of attention due to Kaldheim's recent set. Jovial Evil from Legends. This is a reserve list card, up 124% today from $62.42 to $139.92. Now, this is seeing new all-time highs, but it's a card that actually, it's settled at a pretty decent price. It's not a cheap reserve list card at that, but now is actually seeing a new resurgence in reserve list buyouts. Firestorm Hellkite. This is another reserve list card from Visions. This is up 246% from $129 to $447. Now, this was one of those really cheap pickups you could have actually grabbed for under $1 less than a week or two ago, but now it's going to be hard to find any, and if you do, you might be lucky. Rogok of Kerr Keep. This is a reserve list card from Legends, up 344% from $67.48 to $299. Now, these Legends, particularly with the gold frame, are very popular when the set came out, and they've been on the rise recently, and this is hitting new all-time highs today. And the Rack from Antiquities, up 444% from $10.33 to $56.25. Now, there's a lot of cheaper copies out there. For one, 4th edition, you could find for market price of $132. So if you're building it specifically just to have a deck like 8 Rack in Modern, it's actually a very cheap deck to build. If you're looking for alternative copies like 4th edition, then yes, buy those instead, but this is mostly targeted because it's Antiquities, which is the original set that the Rack came out with. Ruck Egg from Arabian Nights. This is up 597% from $27.05 to $188.76. Now, this is a card that usually shows up on our list as one of the biggest losses or biggest gainers, so this has been a frequent addition to this Market Mover segment, and you know what? It's still trying to find its price point. I don't know if I'd be paying anywhere near $188 for this if you're looking to get good copies. Now we're going to look at some cheap reserve list cards that you can find still now for around $1. A Vizoa. This is an 86-cent card on the market right now, and it is from Weatherlight, which is a set that gets overlooked a lot. But remember, it is from the Four Horsemen's block, so these are going to be in short supply soon. So trying to find them for under $1 is a good idea. So Moraphin, this is another one from Weatherlight. It's a market price right now of 67 cents, and it's actually on its upward trajectory. So people are starting to take interest in any of the cards that are under $1 on the reserve list, and this being one of them, especially cards from Weatherlight. Lysianthrop, this is from Visions, and it's a market price right now about 88 cents to 94 cents. And it's one of those cards from Visions that's overlooked a lot, but it is a card that deals in counters, and counters can be very broken in the game. So this could potentially see some play in some fringe decks. Citadel Centaurs from Urza's Saga. This is a rare from Urza's Saga, and you could still find copies of it on the market for around 116 to 115. But if you look at the trend, it is going up, so there is some interest in these cards right now, so you're not going to be buying it at an all-time low, unfortunately. Barreling Attack, same thing. Mirage, it's on its upward trajectory right now, so people are finally taking interest in a lot of these cheap reserve list cards, but it's still under $1, so it might be worth buying a copy or two just for the sake of it, because these cards, if they keep seeing more interest in all these reserve list cards, keep getting bought out, the rising tide will rise all things, right? So today's biggest loser, it is a card that we've seen on the list previously, Moat from Legends. This is a reserve list card. It is down 98% from 100,749 to 1,498. Now it looks like it's down below more than 98%, but it's one of those cards that it was misplaced listings on TCG Player, and for that it's just seeing a massive pullback. Final thoughts on the market here today. Well, it looks like we're seeing a lot of Legends cards on this list, and for that specific reason, I actually ordered some Legends cards along with a few other cards that I was kind of just interested in general, that I'm going to be actually opening on the channel tomorrow in the next Market Movers at the end. And you guys will check out and see the cards that I've actually had some interest in. And I just think Legends is one of those sets that the supply is really drying up, especially near mint copies of cards. So I went and I bought any card that I saw for under $1. And you know what? A lot of the Legends cards at my local game store were surprisingly all snatched up. So I had slim pickings, but there were some cards I talked about on the list previously, and I mentioned that I think people should potentially look at purchasing these because they are so cheap and it's very hard to find good Legends cards out there. And I bought some 7th edition foils, so I just wanted to mention that because tomorrow you're going to be seeing those in the Market Movers video on Friday. With that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this Market Movers. Again, I make these from Monday to Friday, so please tune in tomorrow. And if you're not subscribed to the channel, please subscribe, like, leave a comment, and I will see you tomorrow for another Market Movers. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you do, remember to like, subscribe, and leave a comment. And if you enjoyed it that much, maybe you'd like to tip me. I have a PayPal link that you can send me tips if you enjoy these videos, and I can keep bringing them to you that way, and it could help my cardboard crack addiction. So please think about supporting the channel in that way. If not, subscribe, like, leave a comment, and I will see you again in the next video.